Like a play fight?
Put a little belt on.
Yeah, the dog would be constantly embarrassed.
And they'd be falling down all the
That's what I
time.
mean.
Wow, so many hypotheticals.
Yeah.
Spider-Man can have weapons if he chooses. That's how you do it, yeah.
And now they're just continuing. It doesn't stop, it just keeps unraveling.
Last week we researched Florence Pugh's personality patterns for 4 hours and were surprised to see ENTJ patterns popping up all over the place. Thinking about her personality type, does this give us any clues about why INFP Andrew Garfield and Florence enjoy connecting so much?
Posting photos of your food is a big ick.
Oh, it's tricky.
Okay, here's the thing. When I've had a wonderful meal, it's really lovely to go like, wow, I want to show this to my dad.
It's a nuanced response, and I appreciate it. I really appreciate what you've just said, and I'm going to add something to it.
They're already breaking down the question and like ignoring the question for what it is. When Florence does it, that's not what it's really about.
You know, what Florence did during lockdown was a community building thing. Well, so I strongly disagree with that, and I actually take it personally, that question.
It's funny, Florence is the one that is taking photos of food, and Florence is the one that takes photos of herself cooking. So they're actually trying to kind of passively take a jab at her, and she's not even getting impacted at all. Maybe she is, but she's not showing it. But he's having a reaction.
Well, we don't discriminate between bears.
No, but I actually also would think Pooh Bear would say, how dare you discriminate?
I think the whole thing of comparing bears.
Both have N and S in the middle. That's probably why they get along quite well.
It's interesting thinking also about Andrew and then Emma Stone.
ENFJ.
What was your first impression of her?
That she was a bold person that knew who she was and that was uncompromising.
The great thing is that this person is just really themselves. They're not really ever trying to be something else. Like, they're both respecting each other for their authenticity.
She shows up for the people she loves to the point where, you know, she brings herself to her limits. She will show up for people in fullness of heart.
Those are really accurate descriptions of their preferences. What is the gift of someone with EJ preferences? It is someone that really shows up for people with all their heart, because they really do care when they're showing up for people.
What's something you want to see in his future?
Ooh, that's nice. That's a really nice question.
Intuitive question.
I'd see her have more time for herself. Yeah. To be a person and to just like enjoy and smell the flowers and look out the window and see the view and be with the people she loves.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, you need to take care of yourself.
You need to take care of yourself, spend time with the people you love.
We need her work in the world, and in order for that to happen, she needs to have her own privacy and time and space.
Good point, Andrew.
In order to do all these things for other people, you also have to be okay yourself.
Andrew's like, that is true.
Some of my favorite ones I have
They
saying.
are good, they are
Actually,
good.
I'm not going to open my photos right now.
What's on your phone?
Just lots of my own. Cut this out. But
That's all.
I didn't know you could do press like this. I didn't know that you could say something outrageous then be like, cut.
Just like, I can't believe you're like blurting out these fully authentic things about yourself. What the heck are you doing?
I imagined every single scene and fell in love even more with who they are. It was just everything. Everything that you see on the screen was something that I couldn't wait to get involved with.
And I was in the middle of taking some time to myself, and I wasn't really eager to get back to work.
For her, she's like, this really was something special, and I could imagine every scene, and it sort of like made my mind want, like I really got immersed in it, and I really wanted to get involved with it. Whereas Andrew, he's talking about like, this is sort of where I was coming from, and then this is why it was meaningful to me and really fit in authentically with what I was like trying to sort of figure out and process.
Reflecting on life and just kind of giving myself some space to figure out where I was, who I was, and what actually mattered to me.
Not uncomfortable with sharing.
Relating personally from a more like vulnerable place.
Yeah, like if you look at him, he's not looking like it's a stressful moment for him when he was doing that. And that's kind of what's really interesting about introverted feeling or IPs, with it being in like such a high position. It is a little bit of like, yeah, you just do that, you process who you are.
She's also someone who really cares about other people and wants other people in her orbit to feel safe, to feel unjudged, because that's the way she wants to feel as well. She really brings that level of belonging and welcome to people, and I was lucky enough to be a beneficiary of that vibe that she brings.
Andrew should just do MBTI for his side job. He basically explained ENJ really
well. The ways that she cares about other people, this vibe that's around her. Oh my gosh.
You'd be lucky enough to be part of that, because that is true. You'd be lucky if you had somebody that did take care of you selflessly.
And then suddenly, and also the other element, I think, she's one of those very, very playful friends. She just wants to play. She wants to dance. She wants to drink. She wants to eat. She wants everyone to commune.
She likes to eat. She likes to play. This like presence.
There's this side of her that loves to play. It's like this little play gremlin. That's extroverted sensing tertiary. When you have worked so hard to take care of everyone and been super responsible, like a lot of the times that's where extroverted sensing comes out, and it's like, I just really need to let it all out and just let my hair down and do something a little bit like risque or careless, like not in like a selfish way, but just something where they can release.
Andrew Garfield's best movie.
I can't
What?
answer that. Objectively, or like how much money a movie made, or
Literally
like
answer
like
the question.
what the review, like the
What qualifies something as
Best
good?
ever movie ever.
I'm gonna say I really love We Live in Time.
He could not answer it.
But that's not what people would have. That's not what people would have Googled.
I don't know. It's a subject. It's impossible to answer. It's a
you have to.
subjective thing.
You have
I
to.
don't
Subjective
know.
thing.
I can't think about it objectively.
But I really also like Tick Tick Boom.
Yeah.
But Hacksaw Ridge and Spider-Man.
So
like,
you're amazing, is what you're
no,
saying.
I love. I'm very lucky that I've loved the films I've made.
That was very interesting. It was really hard for him to answer that question. I don't know. That's really hard. This is what I feel like. This is what I think. To speak on behalf of everybody, that's a little difficult. And that's what we're saying with how Florence can almost easily talk about other people, what they might be doing or trying to do or their intention. She's just like la 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 la.
I think this was definitely a big release for Zach of grief, and I think this was just something that he needed to do, and I think he was very anxious and wanted it to be perfect because he was writing it for me. And probably the thing that you're also thinking about when you see me playing this modern woman is
She's very easily referencing what other people might collectively think. And he's asked one question about, what do you think everybody might like? And he's like, I don't know, that's a very subjective thing.
Qualifying things based on these like outside metrics. The one that made the most money, the one that the most people like, the one that like, how do we judge this from this more outside perspective? And I'm sure he can do it, but it's more this uncertainty with that.
Like the Yelena character from the Marvel films.
oh come on.
Well, sorry, Jesus Christ, that would have been a better
Why are
answer.
you suddenly
Because
bitter?
I'm angry.
Why are you bitter?
I'm getting so emotional. She's like,
I
why?
had a big, lovely wake up life change, which was great and huge, and I think I'm probably still trying to do that now.
Wow, extremely big.
I was trying to think about things as well in the future, and it was there was great momentum after finishing this movie to actually not put my head in the sand anymore.
I think thinker dominants have definitely got emotions that they're aware of. When Florence is not showing up with emotions, my assumption is she feels the feelings, but she's like, oh, I don't want to let it spill out. Because that's what extroverted thinking will do. It will manage how they're allowed to reveal the introverted feeling. Introverted feeling being a feeling inside. You don't have to share it outside. You just experience it in here. And what TE will do is when it's higher is it will take FI and go, I don't know if that's the right time or if I'm comfortable with that, so we're going to squash it down. Yes, I feel it, but I'm going to suppress it to a point where I might not even give myself permission to have those feelings ever or process those feelings ever. And that's kind of sometimes where the uncertainty is if you don't ever give yourself the time to sit with those feelings because they're uncomfortable, they're always going to be uncomfortable.
I trusted him, was never concerned about what was going to come out of me. I enjoyed some of the hardest scenes that I've ever had to do because it was just so wonderful to work with someone that I felt so safe with and I was so inspired by in the moment.
I mean, it's really sweet, actually. Like Florence was saying, it's really special just how immediately safe I felt with you, Andrew. I was completely, even emotionally able to
Right.
feel safe with you. And then with Andrew, he was saying,
Usually before the first day of school, you're like, I want to run away and I'd rather not go. Your doubt and, kind of terror of being a fraud arrives. But with this, I had the same feeling. It's so strange. It just flowed. It actually required a lot of letting go, a lot of presence. Every take, we could see where it goes. A beautiful exercise in presence more than anything.
the way that we were both able to flow with each other and be present, almost like I was able to jump into the experience and just interact and play around without worrying in the way that I normally do. And so you can see the special ways that they're sort of inspiring each other.
If you'd like to see the full behind the scenes research, analysis, and process that went into making today's video, check out the membership link down below in the description. Thanks for watching, and to all the members supporting this channel, catch you guys in the next one.
It's like a deceitful, manipulative person. It's like, oh, I'm nice. Actually, no, he was never nice.
No.
He didn't take me on a date. He didn't open the car door, nor did he give me his umbrella. Keeps on being mean.
That's a lot of analogies.
Seems like intuitive analogies. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.